Jurors hear gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, sickening details in the case against accused Billings serial rapist Toby Griego. Color 8 News at 6 starts now.
Right now on Color 8 and live on your mobile device. This is Color 8 Local News at 6.
A very good Monday evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Lamont.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stella Daskalakis. With 12 jurors and 3 alternates selected, the trial of accused Billings serial rapist Toby Griego began today.
Color 8's Katie Chen was in the courtroom. She joins us now live with the very latest. Katie?
Greg and Stella, Toby Griego's trial started this afternoon with opening statements from the prosecution and defense. Griego is accused of the rapes of 4 women last year and is charged with 27 counts, including sexual intercourse without consent and aggravated assault. The prosecution went through the 4 offenses ranging from January to July in their opening statement. The state says he broke into their homes, sexually assaulted, and took pictures of the victims. The defense, on the other hand, says there is reasonable doubt. Defense attorney David Duke says the first victim described the attacker as someone blonde, white, and in his 30s. After opening statements, the state called Detective Jim Woog with the Billings Police Department to the stand. He is a forensic computer and cell phone examiner who testified he extracted photos and videos of the victims from Griego's cell phone. He told the jury the photos were grouped under the terms Girls from Lake, and the images had the date and time they were taken. He says those timestamps match the dates of the offenses. The trial continues tomorrow at 9 a.m. Be sure to stay tuned to Color 8 online and on air for the latest. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Katie. Color 8 will be streaming the trial live on our website, color8.com, when it resumes tomorrow.
And we want to warn you, some of the material will be graphic, and there will be times when we will not show you court proceedings to protect the victims in the case. An 18-year-old Billings man has been arrested on charges related to a fiery rollover crash last year where a woman died and a child was injured. Damian Scott Strever was arrested last week on suspicion of negligent homicide, negligent vehicular assault, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Court documents show Strever was under the influence of methamphetamine when he crashed a Buick Regal near the intersection of North Frontage and Exxon Mobil roads. Strever's passenger, 26-year-old Nina Klein of Billings, was killed in the rollover, and a 3-year-old girl was injured. Strever was arrested Friday. He's expected to appear in district court tomorrow.
A man who carved his name into Pompey's pillar now has to pay for his actions. Cole Randall from Plymouth, Minnesota must pay a $1,000 fine and $3,400 in restitution. In October, Randall put an inscription of his name into the rock near Captain William Clark's signature and damaged some other historical signatures. After reviewing surveillance video, authorities charged Randall with misdemeanor vandalization. A spokesperson for the Bureau of Land Management says the carving is so deep and severe, there are limitations to what kind of repairs can be made.
Whether your public safety is at stake or your taxes remain unknown, as Yellowstone County commissioners and sheriff's deputies struggle to come to an agreement regarding contracts, but they do hope to settle the issue in a few weeks. Last month, sheriff's deputies rejected the commissioner's contract offer, so a fact-finding session is now set for April 21st. According to county officials, comp time, callback pay, and training are the biggest concerns among sheriff's deputies. Yellowstone County Commissioner Bill Kennedy says he is confident agreement will be negotiated soon, but if they don't, deputies could decide to strike. The Senate has passed a bill that would restore long-term unemployment benefits for 5 months.
Those benefits, which cover workers who have been out of work longer than 26 weeks, expired at the end of last year. It passed the Senate by a 59-38 vote, and if it becomes law, the bill would pay the lapsed benefits retroactively through May. About 2.75 million Americans would be eligible for the benefits. To become law, though, the bill would need approval in the House of Representatives.
And Speaker John Boehner hasn't agreed to bring it up for a vote. In fact, he's criticized the Senate bill for not including more help creating private sector jobs.
The Senate-backed extension would cost about $10 billion. If you are a woman and even a man, you might be interested to know today is the day your salary finally reaches the same as a man's annual earning. It's Equal Pay Day, a symbolic day set aside by the American Association of University Women to represent the pay difference between men and women. What men make in 12 months takes women about 15 months to earn. The 2014 report on gender pay gap shows some states are doing better than others, such as in Wyoming, where women earn 35% less. One career expert says women are still socially conditioned to be polite and usually won't even ask for more money.
Given the fact that there still is a wage gap of about 23%, it takes another 3 months into this new year unfortunately, for women's wages to catch up with men's.
The career counselor says when it comes to negotiating salary, it's not about being nice, it's about knowing your worth. Do your homework and don't negotiate a salary until you have an offer in hand. It has been a tough year for Zoo Montana after floods damaged the grounds and cancer took the life of Prince the Siberian tiger.
But not long after the loss, the zoo announced 2 new tigers will be brought in and 3 new exhibits will be created this summer. Across from the bears will be a brand new Birds of Prey exhibit featuring several commonly seen in Montana. Executive Director Jeff Ewelt says they're also going to be starting on the long-awaited High Plains exhibit. Ewelt says he's excited for the new area. It will take you on a journey through time starting in the Homestead era.
We've got several exhibits that we're hoping to build this year, one of which is where I'm standing right now. We're hoping this is going to be a trout pond. Thanks to Safari Club International, they give us a great grant to actually kind of turn this into a little bit more of a scenic area. This area sits right in the middle of the zoo. It's always been an eyesore for us, so we're very excited to get this up and going here.
Ewelt says the zoo plans to get the Birds of Prey exhibit up and running by midsummer. Well, it's not Top Chef, but they sure competed like it.
Local 4th and 5th graders tested their culinary skills in the Future Chef competition. 3 hours and friendly and healthy, those were the requirements these kids were given. 4th grader Nicholas Darling is one of the aspiring chefs, and he made fruit salsa. The recipes are healthy after-school snacks the youngsters can prepare on their own.
A lot of times we have parents tell us that their child is not athletic or not musical, but they do have an interest in cooking and they want to be a chef someday, so it fits right into that.
I put I put a whole jalapeno in it, so I hope they like it and that it's not too spicy for them.
Darling says his favorite food by his group today was a melon mobile, a watermelon carved out and filled with different kinds of fruit.
Sounds very, very good.
And healthy, right?
Yes, very healthy. Still to come on the Color 8 News at 6, you don't need to run marathons in order to be healthy.
Just ahead, a sensible approach to exercise to help you stay fit. Hey, how about 150 minutes a week? That's doable, right? Full details when we come right back.